Hi all, in this session we are going to learn about the default services which will be created along with project in Azure DevOps portal. Simply we can call as ADO portal. And let us have a overview on it. Along with the services, we can have some kind of overview on organization settings and project settings as well. Let us have a quick look on the default services which will be created along with project. In Azure, if you create any project, by default, 6 default services will be created. These are overview, boards, repos, CI/CD pipelines, test plans, artifacts. Each service has their individual benefits. So based on our requirement, we are going to use that particular services. Let us have a quick overview on each service. Firstly, overview. In the name itself suggests we will have some kind of basic information about the project in the overview service. And coming to boards, it's simply like a dashboard. So what is the main purpose of dashboard? Where we will get all the information in a single dashboard. Simply railway dashboard. If you went to railway station, by seeing the dashboard, you can understand which train is coming on, which time, on which date. You can be able to find all those information from the single dashboard. In the similar way, with the help of Azure Boards as well, we can be able to trace our work status. So what are the different types of work items are available, who is working on which work item, what is the status of work item, what is the blockage, and there are different things I can be able to trace out from the single dashboard. While doing the project implementation, the boards plays very crucial role. From the single dashboard, the manager or team leader or the client or the scrum master can be able to understand what exactly project is going on, where the work is going on. They can be able to understand with the help of Azure board. Instead of reaching out each and every team member in order to understand the work process, they will simply log into the Azure board. From the Azure board, they can be able to understand how the project is going on. And repos. Generally, repos is used to manage our code. I had developed some kind of source code for my project. I need to save somewhere, and that should be secure. Here Azure is going to provide repo services. There I can be able to manage my code. I can push my code, I can save my code, I can pull my code, I can modify my code. Whatever the thing I want, I can be able to do the code in the Azure repo. And coming to the fourth service, CI/CD pipeline. Here CI/CD stands for continuous integration and continuous deployment. Here the pipeline is generally used to build our code. In the build pipeline, we have two things are there: build pipeline, release pipeline. In build pipeline, we are going to build our code. In the release pipeline, we are going to deploy our code. And test plans. Generally, this is also one of the important services in the Azure DevOps. What we will do with the test plans? Here, majority of the testing people are going to use this test plans. What kind of testings are there in the real-time environment? There are two kinds of testings are there. One is manual testing and the second one is automation testing. So those who are working on the testing environment are going to use this test plan services. And the last service is artifact. Artifact is the thing which is generated whenever we build the code. If we had built the code, the final output is artifact. So artifact is the thing or the group of packages which is going to deploy over the host. Okay, and so this is all about the basic services or default services which is created along with the project. So I'm going to show it to you in practical manner, then you will have some kind of better understanding. So I'm going to log on my portal account, portal.azure.com. From my portal account, as usual, I'm going to access my ADO account. ADO stands for Azure DevOps account. So click on the Azure DevOps organization and my Azure DevOps organization. Here I am going to select the dev.azure.com dev tester 928. This is my ADO account. Here I have three organizations. Right now I am in the dev tester 928 organization. Suppose if you want to shift to any other organization, just click on the test organization. Otherwise, if you want to go SBI application dev. This is the organization which we had created in the last session. So right now I am in SBI application dev organization. I have two projects. If you want to create any new project, project 3, the description is same, and private project I'm going to advanced basic Git basic create. The project 3 will be created. How many, do you have any limitation for the projects? Yes, for everything there is a limitation. So I'm going to show to each and everything. Just be with me and go to this. If you want to create any other project, go to project 4, and project 4 is also private. Okay, create. Right now I had 4 projects in my SBI application dev. Just click on the thing. Then are you able to see project 1, project 2, project 3, project 4? Project 1, project 3, project 4 are private projects, and project 2 is only public project. So just now I had created the project 3. Suppose if you open the project 3, the default, what is the default services? Overview, boards, repos, pipelines, test plans, artifacts. These are visible or not? Yes, it is visible. Here in boards we have sub services as well. Means board is a service. Inside of service I have the multiple sub services are there. Work items. Work items is nothing but items which we are going to work on it. Boards. It is going to display the board. Backlogs. If any work is pending, that will be shown in the backlogs tab. Sprint. Sprint is nothing but a time frame. When we are doing any task, we are going to define some kind of timelines. That is nothing but sprint. Queries. While you are working in the project, you have some queries. So you can post here. So then accordingly you will get rewards. So whoever is expert on that, they are going to provide some kind of solutions to your queries. Delivery plans. We have some kind of plans. If you are developing any kind of project, definitely we will have some kind of delivery plans. When this project need to be completed, when this project need to be delivered, when this project will come into alive. There are a lot of plans. We are going to mention those delivery plans in this delivery plan sub-service. Analytics views. These are the different types of sub-services which are available under the board service. And coming to the repos, we have the files, we have the commits. Commits is nothing but pushing of code. Commits is nothing but saving of code. Pushes, what are the different pushes happen to the code? Branches, in order to manage the code. Tags, pull requests. There are a lot of things. Pipelines, environments, library, test plans. What are the test plans? Progress reports, runs, artifacts. So in this way we have some default services and sub-services will be created once we create any kind of project. Hope you guys understood. And one more thing, right now you are in the project. In project you have project settings. If you are in the organization, you have organization settings. If you are in the project, you have the project settings. Just click on project. Right now you are in the project settings. So whenever you had created one project, by default one team will be created with the name of project. Right now the name of the project is project 3. So if you go to the teams in project settings, default the project team has been successfully created. This is the default team which will be created along with the project. And if I want to create any other team other than the default team, if I want to create a new team, so just click on new team. The name is team 1. And if I want to go add, I'm going to add users. Suneel Cloud IT Tech @gmail.com. Suneel Cloud IT Tech @gmail.com. Yes, I can add Sai DevOps @gmail.com. Sunil my organization sbi.com. There are a lot of users are there. Whoever is you want to provide the access to this project, I'm going to add those. Here I'm not going to take the original email IDs. I'm just taking the duplicate. So as for naming convention, as per the naming convention, okay. Suppose if you are working in any kind of project in that particular organization, they have users are there with the domain name, domain mail ID users. So you need to add those users. So description, uh, team one testing team. Okay, team one testing team. So here right now you have three users, team one. So administrator, who is administrator? Dev tester 928 is the administrator. This is the default user. And what kind of permissions I am going to provide these users? Contributors. Just if you click on create, the team one will be created with the team members which I had mentioned. So if you see here, the team one has been successfully created. And who is the members? So the dev tester 928 is the admin, Sai DevOps, fmail.com, sbi.com, Suneel Cloud IT Tech. These are all the team members. Dev tester is the admin user. Suppose if you want to add any other user later, by using the add option, you can click how many members you want. But as this is a free tier account, so that's why I can be able to add 5 to 6 members. If you want to add unlimited members, if you have the paid subscription, then how many members you want, that many members you can add to this project. So in this way, we can add users to the project. Then if you want to overview about the project, just click on overview and permissions. Here users are there, groups are there. Suppose if you want to create a new group, what is the group? Group is nothing but grouping of users. Instead of providing access to single user, if you want to provide the access to some 10 number user, instead of going to each user and provide the access to each user individually, what we will do, we are going to create a group and we are going to add users in that particular group, and we are going to provide permission to that particular group. Means whatever the permission I had been provided to that group, by default whoever is registered under that particular group will be able to get that permission. Hope you guys understood. Okay, if you want to create group, how you will be able to create? Just click on new group, group name G1, group number 1, group 1, members again Suneel Cloud IT Tech @gmail.com and Sai DevOps @gmail.com. Yes, this is your wish. How many team members you want, you can add. Just create. It will be created. That new team will be created. Group 1 is created. So by default, some default groups are there. So if you want to create any customized group, you can create accordingly. And notification, from the notification tab, you can be able to view the notifications, whatever the activities has been done on your project, it is going to notify you. And dashboards, you have lot of things. So project configuration, you have service connection. When we are going to use the service connection, if you want to establish the communication from the dev portal to the Azure portal, then you will be using, with the help of the service connection, you can make the connection between these two portals. Okay, and repositories, storage, and just click on storage, come down. Right now there is, yes. So right now I don't have any storage here, so that's why it is showing null. If you generate any artifact, it will be replicated here. Okay, this is all about the project settings and team configurations, project configurations. There are a lot of stuff which will have the project settings. If you want to do any customization to the project, so where you will be doing in the project settings, you will have the accessibility. So then you can do some customization at the project settings. But if you want to add the user at the organization level, instead of using instead of adding user at project level. Means if I add the user at project level, that particular user will be able to access the things at that particular project only. So I have created the users and group at project 3, but if the user want to access the project 4 as well, will be able to access? No. So suppose I'm going to the project 4. Go to project settings, teams. Is the teams replicated here? The groups which I had created, team 1 is replicated here? No. That is related to the project 3. That is a different project. The project 4 is a different project. And the users are limited for that particular project only. That is project 3. Suppose if I want to create the user, again I need to create the user in the project 4. But that will be risky. So suppose my requirement is, if I want to provide access to the user to all the projects in a organization, how that will be do? In that scenario, what I will do, I am going to create the user at the organization level. So click on here, click on the organization and click on the organization settings. Here you have the users tab is there. So here you will have some kind of overview on your organization, how many projects you have. So right now we have how many projects? 4 projects out of 1000 projects. Means in one organization you can be able to create 1000 projects. And work item, how many work item tags will be provided? Up to 1,50,000 work item tags we can be provided under one single organization. Okay. And what is the time zone? Right now I am in India, so that's why I had selected UTC plus 5:30. Suppose if you are in the different time zone, you can select accordingly. We have a lot of things are there. And here, who is the owner? Dev tester 928 is the owner. So that's why if you want to change the owner, here you can change. And if you want to delete the organization, you can delete from here. From the overview service, you can be able to delete the organization. And coming to the projects. Here right now you have 4 projects which is currently running under this organization. Which organization? SBI application dev. And if you want to create user at organization level and you are going to provide the access to the user to the particular projects. Suppose if you want to provide access to all the projects, you can. If you want to provide some of the projects, you can. So here I am going to add user. The username is Suneel Cloud IT Tech @gmail.com. Here I am going to provide them kind of access level. Here 3 things are there: basic, stakeholder, Visual Studio subscriber. Generally we are going to provide the basic level of access to the user. If you select the stakeholder, means it is a high level of access. And coming to the Visual Studio subscriber, generally we are going to provide this access to the developers. Okay, so just select the basic thing. It's okay. I'm going to provide the basic level of access and projects. Suppose if you want to provide access to this user to all the projects, you can select all the projects. Otherwise, if you want to limit, then whatever the projects you want to provide the access, you can select accordingly. So here in this session, means in this project, I'm thinking I'm going to provide all the projects. Here I'm going to create one user, Suneel Cloud IT Tech. This user have access to all the projects which are created under this organization. Here add, simply we can add. So whoever the user is there, he is listed out. So here I am going to add one more user, Sai DevOps @gmail.com, and I'm going to provide some kind of basic level access and project 1, project 2 only. Click and add. So in this way we can restrict the user to the different projects and different environments. Billing. Here we can be able to see the billing. Suppose if you are using some kind of paid subscription or paid account, you can be able to see here. Okay, right now I am using the free trial. So here you can find the notifications, usage. Suppose if you want to integrate any kind of third-party extensions. So by using the extensions, suppose if you want to integrate some Terraform or Ansible, these are all the third-party tools. If you want to integrate with the Azure Devops as per your requirement, then from the extensions you can be able to add. Suppose request Terraform. Simply enter. Then no, just go back. I'm going to organization settings, go to extension. So here I need to browse to the market, browse market. So there I can be able to see the third party applications or plugins which I want to integrate with my DevOps account. Here Microsoft Entra. Suppose if I want to sync the users with the my organization users, Entra ID. Entra ID is the thing where we have the domain users. By using this service, what you will do, you can be able to connect your organization. Right now I have the organization is SBI application dev. If I want to connect this organization to the Microsoft Entra where the users data is there, this action is used to map the existing DevOps users in this organization to the corresponding identities in the Microsoft Entra. Suppose right now I'm using the Suneel Cloud IT Tech at gmail.com. If the same user has been in the Microsoft Entra of my company, then whenever I establish a connection, then automatically the users which I had created in this organization will be automatically sync with the user which I had already created in the Microsoft Entra. And here you can be able to view security overview. You can be able to see the policies. You can be able to see the permissions, the process. There are lot of things are there. OAuth configurations and storage. There are a lot of things at the organization's level. So in this way, suppose if you want to delete the user, how you can delete the user? Simply here three dots is there now. Just click on three dots there. So if you want to change the access level, you can change. If you want to manage the user, you can. And if you want to resend the invite, you can. Remove the direct assignment. Remove from organization. Simply remove from organization. This user will be deleted. You can add user, you can delete user, you can create groups, you can provide access, everything you can be able to do from the ADO portal. Hope you guys understood it. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining into my session. I will meet up you in the next session with the new topic. Until signing off. Thank you. Bye bye.